Welcome to TBT time. This is take 2 because someone wasn't recording.
You know, when you're doing sound and camera and art department,
I did the set.
Mm-hmm.
I did the set. I'm smiling because I'm angry on the inside.
Said he just sat there. Just tell him about why this is a special opening.
All right, this is a special opening. Roll the clip because this will pay off later.
With my double-blade axe and my hobnail boots, I go where the timber's tall. When there's work to be done, don't mess around, just sing right out for Paul. Hey, Paul! I'm coming, boys. Paul Bunyan. Paul Bunyan. He's 63, axe handles high, with his feet on the ground and his head in the sky. Hey, Paul! Hey, Paul! Paul Bunyan! Paul Bunyan!
Wasn't that amazing? Did you get the reference?
I'm coming, boys.
I'm coming, boys. This episode is by the way, this is Fire Island, not Riverdale or anything else we do.
This is Fire Island. This is Poodle, aka Jake, and I'm Maddie.
We really want to show that clip because we think it's funny.
That is Paul
now,
Bunyan.
This
Brandon
episode
Baby
is
B's
all
boyfriend.
about Paul Bunyan
And
Baby B's boyfriend, and they're like, "Oh, chase me!
Paul
Oh, I don't
Bunyan-
want to be with you!" Blah blah blah. Oh, I'm 21, and
I'm
Paul
21
Bunyan
and
swinging
him
his
swinging
big dick around.
like that axe.
Yeah.
He's just chopping
He's
down
6'8",
wood.
size 15 shoes, as we've been
down-
reminded at
Man.
least 30 times.
Yes, Brendan's ass literally giggled in front of him.
I'm sorry, when you got a big dick, you stay with that.
You are chopping down wood when you got a big dick.
And honestly, it's like settlers in like the 1800s. You squat on something. You take that land and you sit on it.
That's how Oklahoma was founded, on the land run. Boomer Sooner. Mm-hmm.
What does Boomer Sooner mean?
The Boomer Sooners were...
I'm going to regret asking this.
No, but when the land run started on April 19th,
I'm already bored.
22nd,
Yes.
they were supposed to wait until noon when the big cannon went off.
Can this
to run
go
the thing.
faster?
Well, what happened was the Boomer Sooners, they snuck onto the property of Oklahoma, and they went and got their land
So they were
early.
big cheaters.
Big cheaters. Boomer Sooners.
Well, great. That's
Yeah.
a proud thing for you all.
Now we celebrate it.
Anyway, this whole episode is about Paul Bunyan and Baby B. With a couple of
I'm
little
coming,
things.
boys.
I'm coming, boy. Paul Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan.
I love
I'm
that
sorry.
cartoon.
You got a 6'8". You
Paul
sit on
Bunyan,
that.
That cartoon was kind of hot. No wonder I
He
liked
was, and he
it.
kind of looks like Jalen.
He kind of does look like Jalen.
Yeah.
Oh, Jalen.
Anyway, Jalen, which is not a name.
It's not.
So let's get
At all.
right into it. Should we read our comments?
Let's read our comments. Oh, our
You have,
comments.
to, you have to go to them, you idiot.
You know, Stall, tell everybody why we're dressed up. Why I'm
Oh,
looking.
that's a good idea. I'm the best at stalling. We are dressed up, and we did not plan to wear similar forms of pastel plaid. But
did
someone read my mind because we're cycling together, honestly. No. Pennies. Shh. Because we saw legendary blacktress Audra McDonald tonight. And if you don't know who Audra McDonald is, get a fucking clue.
Then you
And-
don't have no business watching this show.
No,
You're
it's
not
true.
gay.
She was on Private Practice. She's won 6 Tony Awards.
6 Tony's Awards. She was in Carousel. She sang
Tony Awards, not Tony's.
Tony Awards. She
Thank
sang
you.
Rodgers and Hammerstein tonight. She sang Sondheim.
She sang everything.
I've told Jake, I said, this
we
is,
sang in our falsettos this
yes,
evening.
I felt reborn. This is what Christians feel like when they go to heaven and see Christ.
And we just saw a black soprano.
Same thing.
Okay, give us her comments.
Okay, we've got 2 comments this
Thank
week
you.
from last week's episode. The first comment says, from Drenx, says, love your show.
That's informative. Thank you, Drenx.
And the second comment is from us saying thank you. And that's it. No one cares.
You know what?
No one
I
cares.
appreciate it. You know why? Because people who watch this podcast are people of few words. They appreciate it, or you're illiterate.
We just had,
One or the other.
We had over 2,000 people watch the video, but nobody wanted to
They're
comment.
illiterate, so it's okay if you can't write.
But
if
10 people liked it.
If you have eyes, that's fine. So, and you can,
yes, baby,
and you can press a
love
button that goes,
has eyes.
I lie, That's
Okay,
you know,
well, now that's
if you
just offensive.
subscribe and leave us a
Okay.
review, that's fine.
You know, yeah, Poodle will blow
I'm
you.
not saying you're a mongoloid.
Boy, I'm glad you're not shaming people. Glad
You know
you're
what?
not shaming them.
I was born on this earth to shade.
Boy, that
I'm
is
a gay
true.
man.
Okay. So let's just jump into this, okay? So
I got a lot to say about this
already
episode.
Baby B is talking to his mom about this
Oh,
relationship.
Baby B.
and
He's Skyping with Mama.
They
With
are.
Mama. With
Mama.
Mamacita.
And,
I love you, Mama.
And Jorge is excited because they're heading to shot, and he's talking about
Saturday is our party, guys. We gonna have party.
No, he says my party.
My party. Saturday, my party.
Yes.
We gonna have fun. We gonna not know what time we go sleep.
Yes, Sofia Vergara. She's excited. She's very. I do love Jorge.
It's my party.
I feel.
I
like,
love him. This is not an insult. This is all loving.
I feel like you would get drunk with him and let him binge you on top of a bar and make out
I'd
with you.
beg for it. I'd beg
Not
for
that
it.
you've ever made out on top of a bar before.
I love it how most of your allusions to me are things that I've already done and are trying to shame me for them, but I feel no shame.
Wasn't that a straight bar too?
It was
Just made out
with
on
Coke Brendan. Coke Brendan.
Coke Brendan did a lot of. I don't know if she's watching.
A lot
this
went
show.
up his nose. A lot went up his nose.
And a lot went up your ass.
Maybe.
Maybe.
All
All
right.
right. So they all decide to go. Oh,
yeah,
go ahead.
No, I
talking
agree. I want to talk about this whole episode is about basically they've made it about Brandon, Baby B, and Paul Bunyan, and their kind of like pas de deux of love and how they're not sure if they want and blah blah blah, and like halfway through we both went, we know where this is going, we're tired, but we watched it play out. But I really loved the fact that Brandon continuously says
This
every
is first
episode.
teabag, by the way. First teabag.
Brandon says every episode. Baby B says, "I didn't come to Fire Island looking for a boyfriend."
That is her catchphrase.
That should be. That should be. I didn't come here looking for a boyfriend. You know what? The first weekend you got one.
Because you know why?
He's 6'8".
Somebody found sand at the beach and then they put it in their pocket.
Exactly. And you were dickmatized.
I got a pocket full of sand. It's going to be not
That's
a
not
big
a
man.
song. No. Stop it. Stop
it's
it.
a Natasha Bedingfield song.
I know it's a song.
Take me away. I love Natasha
I'm going to
Bedingfield.
shame you in silence until you stop singing.
Okay. Speaking of
anyway,
awkward silence, because there is that. The episode started a little bit with more Patrick and Cheyenne drama.
Oh, and Patrick's being a little rough. He was like, and Cheyenne's like, "Why is he coming for me?"
Why? Yeah,
he said 1,000 times, "Patrick just keeps coming for me."
And it's but before even that, I want to say that
It was a little rush.
I love the use of xylophone music in this episode.
It's a genre for reality television.
It really is. When Justin was carrying the suitcase, I really thought
he was acting as Sherpa. He was taking back like a Himalayan guide.
like Himalayan guide. I'm surprised they didn't play. What's the song?
Baby Elephant Walk. I think that would be a little rude to Justin.
No, not because he's an elephant. Because, by the way, well, whatever. I'm going to talk about that later.
We're going to talk
Justin
about that
talks
later.
to Speedo,
anyway, he has to take all the luggage back because he's the one who volunteers.
But he wanted to acclimate himself.
Because the bear of the group always does the heavy work.
You know what? I always have to.
Everyone, if you know what I know, that's just not true.
Okay, well, so we already know. I'm going to go to. We already know because I think you're going to talk about this. I just want to say this was probably the most heavily produced episode.
It was, and I think that's why it was my favorite. And I wrote so much.
It was really heavy-handed.
Yeah, heavy-handed.
It was like two-handers. It was like for these producers because obviously they. We got it. We got it. Pennies.
Feels good. Don't you ever do pennies to me.
It's like a massage.
You're the one.
Yeah. So anyway, they had like 4 different people say, well, Cheyenne wasn't able to be at Patrick's drag show, which honestly,
this took at least 6 days of editing.
I know he probably doesn't have like it's not like he's saving the world from cancer, but I will say for Cheyenne, as much shit as I talk about Miss Pretty Eyebrows, that was her job. She missed a fucking daytime drag show.
And the quote exactly, as we've said before, drag queens should not be seen during the daytime.
They should not be seen in
and
the daytime.
As to quote Cheyenne, I won't let my job be overshadowed by a drag show.
Good for you.
Quote right from the horse's mouth by a drag show.
Right from the. But Patrick is pissed off because he's not.
Yeah, and he's throwing shade.
not communicating.
He's throwing no tea, all shade.
But it really was. But I mean, Patrick at first, I was kind of like on the way it was for me. I was kind of on Patrick's side a little bit,
but it was too much. It was too
Well,
much,
but at
and
first,
then spiteful.
Because
Yeah,
he said
I
that
agree.
line he said about Cheyenne. He says everything is inconsistent with that girl. In fact, he said that's the only thing you can count on is that she's going to be inconsistent. And I was kind of like, that's true. That's a true read.
This is but I think this is all built by producers.
Oh, come on. Patrick probably tries to give Cheyenne a blowjob at midnight.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
Because, all right, let's blow you.
All right.
All right, let's blow you. Yeah. Come on. Patrick is pretty, and I like him, and he's funny, and she's thirsty. She's thirsty for some limelight.
I think there's more to see from her this season. I think we're going to get it. I have my next one.
Sure.
So, Justin, we meet his friends. His friends take a moment because they are not like the other boys.
They're like us.
They're kind of like us.
They're like real
They're
people.
kind of like somewhat like when you put those shrinky dinks in the oven and sometimes they don't bake out the right way.
They look like real people.
They're not pretty, like TV pretty.
And
these are like one arm is shorter than the other, and and they look normal.
They do look like the Island of Misfit Gays.
Yeah, but you know what?
But
They look
like
normal. They look like us.
They look like us, and I have to say that they spend.
I love these people because I'm one of those people.
These are our people, and I
just love it. It was pizza and beer, and like because any of those other queens would have been like beer, pizza.
Even Justin
where
trying
is
to
the
eat
meth?
it. Justin trying to eat was kind of like, what is this?
I know.
What is this? Like that moon food you buy at Griffith
And
Park
you know what?
Observatory?
Why Justin loved it is because he's the hottest fucking one in that group.
He was.
Everyone
He was
loves
like,
the group.
Everybody would give me a butt cake right
You're
here.
the Regina George.
If you don't know
Everyone
what
loves that.
If you don't know what a butt cake is, Google it.
I don't know what that is.
I think that's where people put their semen on you.
You mean a bukkake?
Oh.
You fucking idiot.
I don't speak Japanese.
Okay. We're having an actual moment because someone is so Asperger's that they've never heard of bukkake.
I thought it was called butt cake. Like a butt
We're
cake.
going to move on, and I will shame you later.
A bukkake. That sounds like a made-up word.
Everyone comment who knew what bukkake was.
I didn't know.
Don't, actually.
I didn't know.
You're a moron.
I didn't know.
All right, we're going to move on.
You know what? I want to say this.
Every show, there's some time with me shocked at your misinformation.
Yes, it's true. The
more I find out about you, the more I'm sad for your educational system.
But I do think that I liked meeting Justin's friend and Logo because they weren't pretty guys with shirts off. Spent like 2 minutes of that footage.
They did,
Like,
and there was like one who like had like a shirt on, and everyone was like not shirtless. There,
Yes.
everyone was clothed.
But the thing
and
about
Logo's like focusing on Patrick and Cheyenne.
yeah, because they started fighting, and
Exactly.
Patrick really started coming for Cheyenne.
And then Cheyenne
the
was
party.
like, my favorite quote of the night is, "I've been working a lot. I can't get caught up in all of this drama."
all this drama.
Yeah.
You know what I realized? Everything Cheyenne says, it sounds like he's reading from the card catalog. He's just so bored.
Yes,
He
it
could really be
is.
like, stick it in.
I'm going to introduce a new segment, and it's
Oh, yeah.
because we're on Fire Island. It's in the summer. This is our favorite reads tonight. It's also called our summer reading list.
Summer reading list, time to get your read on the list for summer.
That was a little more R&B than I wanted.
I
but
liked it.
Okay.
You know, that's the song now. I sang it.
Yeah. Okay, it's yours. It was given by Patrick
Given by Patrick.
and to Cheyenne,
Mhm.
and it says, "Well, if you ever get," and Justin was talking about being caught up in his head
This
all
was
the
at
time.
the Island of Misfit
If
Gays
you
house.
if you ever get caught up in your head, you should go to Cheyenne's head. There's plenty of room there, and it should have been accompanied by a sly whistle going, "Woo!"
But instead, it was accompanied by a spit take.
Yes.
An actual spit take of Justin, like, spitting to his drink. That was amazing.
And also, ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum,
It was.
And they sent comedians out with like bicycle
Yeah.
horns. That's what should have happened. Like comedians in whiteface. Read.
Oh,
Anyway,
that would make the
it
show
was-
more interesting.
Yeah, it really would.
It
They
really-
should show us. They should tell us where to laugh.
I know we talk shit about the show, but I still want
I
to say
thoroughly enjoy it.
it's 100 times better than Finding Prince Charming.
Thank you.
We're just going to keep saying that.
The editing and just the concept.
I mean,
let's keep going.
also Lance Bass isn't there.
What's your next one? Boy, talk about sucking the energy out of a room.
You know what? So I want to talk about Justin and his Speedo, and I want to get real. We're going to have some truth talk here,
Lord.
okay? No, I just want to say that if you're watching this, y'all, or
Here we go with
you're-
body image.
You're listening to the show, and you think you're a piece of shit, or you think you're literally seeing like Justin. The only thing that's holding us back is in our head. Because if I looked like Justin in a Speedo,
I'd fucking do it all the time.
I'd be wearing one right now.
You guys,
I
he's
go to
like-
work in a Speedo. I go to the fucking DMV in that Speedo. He looks good.
For a certain community, even for bear community, or even for like normal gay guy community, he's good looking.
Oh, you look good, sugar.
And this is the thing. The show makes it sound like he has a hunchback.
Yeah, that's
or
yes.
warts.
Thank you. That's
or,
what's been bothering me. And I haven't been able to-
and like even Kassan said, like he's fine the way he is.
they really are.
It's like it's okay
like-
that he has Down syndrome.
I really feel like in a
it's
second,
fine.
Demi Moore is going to come out.
He was born this way. He was born with fur on his chest.
Yeah, it's fine.
He was born with Down syndrome.
Yeah, that's basically how your acting logo. I just want
So
everybody.
let's stop
Let's,
scripting
move
this
on.
way.
Yeah, let's move on with
and
this. Justin's very nice looking. He's really
he's
sweet.
fine the way he is.
God bless the outcast.
You know what? Let's do a fun for Justin.
That's a good. Well, yeah, do a
Let's
fun
get him
for
some
Justin
surgery.
for being normal.
Anyway, Justin, we love you. Come on our show.
Justin,
You know what? All of you.
He loves you.
I'd
Come on our
interview
face.
you.
I would love to interview.
I'd interview all of
Ooh,
you.
Kassan.
But Baby
Ooh.
B, I'd probably give you a talking to because you need it because you're 21.
Well, we're going to talk about that later because
Anyway, because the whole episode is basically about Baby B and Paul Bunyan.
Well, but they are so we're gonna briefly. Let's just glance over it. Justin and Patrick have a big fight when they go to the house. Nothing really changes. Patrick just schools are not just.
I was like, what?
Patrick and Cheyenne have a big
Thank
fight. I'm
you.
sorry. Nothing. You didn't really miss anything.
No,
Cheyenne kind of or
this is a
Justin
moot
kind of
point,
schools
too.
Cheyenne, but then it's like. Well, can we talk about actually Patrick's exit from that fight?
Oh, I wrote that down. I wrote down. She knows how to make an exit. She went out the door.
And she said that right, and she said something passive aggressive and smiled.
Oh.
She was like, "Thank you." Shut
That
the
should have
door.
been accompanied by. But that one went. Bring.
It should have, or that would have been a good sound effect. But y'all didn't miss anything except for Kassan when Kassan said, "I brought them into this house. I can take them out of it." Kassan, you can bring me into that house.
I don't remember that because I was on someone else. I think we need more. I think Katsan is trying to play some kind of like role.
He's
in the
a nice,
house.
normal person.
Yeah,
He's-
I don't expect that much from him because I think he's normal.
I think he would do well on like The Bachelor because he would be outspoken there. But on this show, he's just like somebody
No,
like, oh,
he's-
that person like donates money to the 401k.
I-
that person like you know what I mean? Like he takes care of his mother. He pays her rent. Like this is Kassan.
Pays his traffic tickets on
Yes,
time.
he pays his traffic. If it, yes, he uses a condom.
I want to. Who knows? I want to get into my next
not.
one. Is the fact that this is just something I wrote down. Have you noticed in pool parties at Fire Island there are always oversized pool floats that look sexual? Like there's like a flamingo and a swan.
It's like a flamingo with an erection.
Yeah, and they're always like humping it.
yeah. There's always
And they're always laying on it sexually.
That-
like there's no normal floats like you sit there with a beer and a koozie. There's like a swan that you can like go
think
around
that's-
its neck and stick your dick in
I
it.
think that swan had a foreskin.
I know. Like I'm sorry. Every time I've ever seen a gay pool party being filmed, it's like there's a swan or some type of ridiculously oversized pool float.
They just need to get a full-on banana pool float, and I just want to see
or
a
there's
banana
just a dick
pool
with
float
someone riding a
with
dick.
Jorge sitting and going,
Yes, I would love that.
Let's just go there.
Arriba. Anyway, that's all I really want to talk about is the oversized pool floats.
Okay.
That it's a symptom of gay television.
All right, I think it's, at least for my next note, I'm ready to talk about it. Baby
What?
B. And let's talk about Paul
yes.
Bunyan. Let's get into it.
These were like two of my notes. But yeah, poor Baby B. He's being very indecisive. He doesn't know what he wants. So
You know what he is? He's not a girl.
Not yet a woman. It's true.
He needs his time.
He's 21.
A moment that is mine. And
He's
it's for his
21.
ass to get stretched out and realize he needs to settle. Because that'll make you grow up. That'll make you grow up.
Wow. By the way, it's like 12:30.
It's, you know why? Because we went and saw to McDonald's.
And I'm beyond caring that you just said... Just wait for it, everybody. Just wait for it. She was much better than you're hearing. We're going to move on.
Who's a better summertime? Audra McDonald? Renee Fleming? Ooh.
You know what? We have alienated all of our audience here.
No, I
you know
think
what?
there's
I will say if you want to
Clint
YouTube,
knows who we're talking about.
Clint does. If you want, I don't know if Clint followed us to this one.
Clint Hurley, watch us.
I don't know if you know Renee Fleming, but take a look at her Summertime. Take a look at Audra McDonald's. Everyone should look at that song.
Which one do you think?
And maybe in the Fantasia Barrinos. They're very different.
Fantasia Barrino sings that song?
You're an idiot. That was like the biggest thing.
Really?
Yes.
I never watched American Idol.
She won American Idol with that song.
Simon's mean. I didn't like it.
Anyway, I want to talk about Baby B.
Baby B.
And this is, you know what? I'm going to lay some truth on you, Baby B. You're 21.
20 fun.
It's really not, actually, because I remember being 21. And you have a lot of decisions thrown at you. You think you're an adult, but you're really not.
Is he still in college?
I don't know if he went. But here's the thing. You're saying it's your first relationship. Fire Island is not the time to get involved with your first relationship. Nor are you supposed to say, I'm just letting what happens happen. Not at Fire Island. And not with a 6'8" Mormon. Because Paul Bunyan, this is the thing. Paul Bunyan is a little crazy because he said the first weekend, I think something's happening here. That should have been, you can see. And
he's Toothbrush Guy.
He is Toothbrush Guy.
Toothbrush Guy.
Now, when something happened like that for me, I'm like, oh, that says, all right, I'll see, call me. And then I changed my number.
Or you give them the wrong number. I've done that.
Ooh, a fake.
Yeah. 3211. Yeah. That was my go-to fake number.
Yeah, when someone says, I feel something happening here after 1 week, you run.
After 1 weekend. You know, I actually have to say, we're going to talk a bit about this, but I will say in all of this, I'm kind of a little bit on side of Baby B here because I think, like you said, I think Paul Bunyan just came on really fucking strong
I
and
think he
latched
did,
onto him.
But I'm on the side of Baby B, but at the same time, he could have just ended it. He could have. He just wants dick.
But
he
also,
wants 6'8"
he does
dick.
want dick. But also, remember when you're 21, sometimes you actually don't know how to communicate that.
That's true.
To defend her, you don't know how.
However, he should not be saying things like, I just want to let something, whatever happens, happen.
Well, because when you're 21...
And also you're drinking.
And so when you're 21, you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
So I'm going to talk about my teabag, where at the halfway through the party, they decide to go out, and they say my favorite cougar female thing, I just want to dance. I just want to go out and dance. I just want to dance. And Jorge says, I want to dance.
And they dance.
And they win, and they go out and they dance. And they come back.
This party was exhausting.
I was tired. I would have went to bed. When they said, let's go dance, I would have been like, I'm already in my pajamas.
I would have probably eaten too many hot dogs just at the first party and then been
or
tired.
Or like pizza bagels.
And yes,
my
pizza
God.
bagels. And then I would have had beer bloat. And I would have been like,
I'm like, sorry, guys.
Remember when we had that mojito party? Remember when we used to be roommates? We had a mojito party, and I was passed out on the front grass by 4:30.
We did not have a mojito party. It was a birthday party for me. No, that was a mojito party.
We solely had a party just to make mojitos because I wanted to have mojitos that summer. and literally I was asleep on the grass. There's a picture of me somewhere
Yeah.
at 4:30.
That's when you also set the garbage can on fire.
I was trying to clean up after the barbecue, and I dumped all the ashes in the trash can.
Which is the stupidest thing you can ever do.
Burnt my hand.
You know what? Serves
Burn
you
my
right.
hand. Burn. But you said
Anyway, they want to dance. They all want to dance, and they all went out. They were all like 50-year-old cougars.
But I want you to talk about that scene, as you said, where Paul Bunyan pissed on his territory with Brandon.
Oh,
that was
great. This should be. I don't know if we have this clip because whatever clips I mentioned are never included. Strangely enough, whatever clips someone mentions are always included.
Huh?
Yeah, wake up.
What does my hair look good?
He comes in. Like, Brandon's talking to this guy. He's like, so, yeah, blah, 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 blah. You know, I don't know. And the guy's like, yeah, it's so nice to meet you. And Jalen, Paul Bunyan, comes in and goes, hey, how are you? They kiss. That guy takes off like his hair is on fire.
She is up.
It's like, it's beautiful, kind of in a way.
But isn't that the guy?
Jalen marks his territory.
But isn't that the guy the next day that Baby B is laying
No,
on?
it's a separate one.
Boy, they all look the same.
They all look the same. You need to get your eyes checked, like fag checked.
You know what? Those are a blonde twink is a dime a dozen in Fire
It's
Island.
true.
Really, they all look the same.
Fag Island.
That is the truth. Okay,
Anyway.
you know what? One thing. So I wanted to just mention something that this is a little different. Maybe you noticed this or not, but this is one thing actually I like about the show.
One thing?
Yeah. Well, I like a lot of things, but one thing I really am kind of surprised. This surprised me about the show. When they're talking on the beach, and and Justin has his free moment where he jumps in the ocean naked, and the Kassan comes out there, and they have this conversation, and Justin's talking about almost having colon cancer and being really scared about that.
Sorry, I laughed about this whole thing because it was such a manufactured moment.
It was. But it was also but you even said when you went and you hit me and said he's the breakout of the show. So it manipulated you. Don't even act like it.
I agree. They created him to be the breakout kind of person of the show. I called it Everyone Needs the Drunken Cry. And
I've been there.
And cancer, and it was accompanied by like very warm strings.
Very warm strings.
And
but this is what I liked about it. I like that they've done.
But you know what? He's fine the way he is.
He's fine the way he is. But what I like about it,
warts and all,
what they're showing about this show is that
he's 200 pounds.
I'm trying to prove a point here, and the point is, I like that they're showing gay men having friendships and
that aren't sexual,
that are not sexual.
This is the only one the whole season.
But I'm still shocked that they have it.
Yeah,
because Jorge and Kassan, they act like they're fucking, but that Justin and Kassan were like, they hug, they kiss each other. That is a rare thing to see on television.
I'll agree.
I'll give it to that.
In the next scene, however,
they completely negated that. But
in the next scene, Jorge is just talking to McConaughey. And
I'm sorry, McConaughey's dog is exhausted. That poor dog is. Does that dog ever sleep?
That dog has seen so much shit.
He has seen
it's
so
like
much.
Platoon. That dog has seen shit that you don't ever want to talk about.
It's got PTS gay.
PTS dick.
It has seen so many foursomes.
It's like the Barber's Adagio for strings when it comes to the dog's face. So many foursomes.
It's just with one tear in his little doggy eye. He's just thinking.
So much penetration.
I'm just so tired. I just want to sleep.
So, anyway, the next scene we have is when Jorge, who has talked to the other Brandon, who was the paramour of McConaughey for a while.
Yes.
We thought he's like,
we were
never anymore. All right, let's fuck. We fucked at a party. That's it.
Fuck this party. You're my boyfriend.
But my favorite thing that McConaughey said this whole thing was, you know what? I love love. Okay, I love love.
He is channeling
that
McConaughey.
Is like I'm telling you. Like, there could be no more Matthew McConaughey thing to say than, you know what, okay, I love love.
Love.
I like to suck dick occasionally, you know? Mm-hmm. It's right there in my face. I just do it.
I bet Matthew McConaughey sucked a dick in his life.
Producer dick, definitely.
For sure.
They all did it. Anyway, that was one of my favorite parts of I love love. Okay. I kind of sound like Bill Clinton when I do that.
A little bit. I do like Patrick, but I didn't like his moments in this episode. I felt like they were all really fake and
They were all
forced to me.
producer initiated.
Like that
You
thing
know
with
what?
him and
It's fine.
Brandon, that terrible boyfriend. I don't care. I don't care about some other twink.
I think that's going to pay off later. I just have this feeling. I have a feeling.
You know what, Patrick? We get it. He did coke off your dick, and now you have feelings for him. It happens.
I do want to also say that Justin is kind of momming Baby B near the end.
What do we think about this? I like it, and then I don't like it.
If someone mommed me like that when I was 21, I would say, like, how old are you? Are you old? Who are you? Are you my mother?
You would say that now.
You are old.
But do you think that he was? But I feel like he did it with his intention was to be helpful.
Yeah, but you don't care
Not
when you're
school.
21.
I agree.
Like, fuck off, old person.
I agree. And
Like, I'm like, you have hair on your face. Who are you?
You know, sometimes you just need to be 25.
You have a 401k. What is that?
Yeah. And sometimes you need to be, you need to be like 28 years old and you wake up in an alley with the condom hanging out your ass and you don't know where your shirt is and you pulled all-nighter at the bookstore and you realize it's time to grow up. That happens.
Okay, that did not happen. That did not happen. I did not wake up with a condom hanging out of my ass.
But the rest is true.
Maybe.
And that's the end of the show. I think
that's the end of the show.
I don't have anything else.
No,
do you?
that's the end of the show.
You know what?
You can't say I did lose my shirt in an excursion in the evening.
I might have had a condom. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
I was adding.
That's the end of the show.
That's all right. Yeah.
You guys, we're really loving working with this. We're really loving recapping this show, even though we hate it, kind of.
I think we do. I'm going to reach out.
It's some of our best stuff.
We're going to see if we can get some interviews.
I think I think we'll be able to get either Jorge or Kasan at least. Jorge, you need to talk to me.
Do you think? I'm glad.
I promise. Shut up, ambulance!
Shut up, police car. We're trying to work. Lord.
I'm telling you.
I hope they're okay.
I hope someone's
Our
okay.
show's ruined. Fine.
I hope insurance pays for that.
If Kasan and Jorge do our show, I'd like for them to be shirtless.
Of course, there's no other way. Anyway,
All right.
we're
all right, everybody.
Subscribe to TVT Time
Subscribe
Out,
to
y'all.
TV. Leave a review. People have been leaving reviews, and we appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much, or at least rate us a review, or saying things like "Keep going, Queens." That's fine
Yeah,
too.
keep going, Queens. Also, it's our last Riverdale podcast, which airs tonight too. That's
Single tier.
We're going to be doing that tomorrow. We're getting up. We're working at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then we're starting
All
another
for
show
you.
at 9. It's
Is
all
it
for
1
you.
a.m.?
12:35. Close enough. It feels like 1
Get
a.m.
out of my fucking house! All right, we're ending the show. Bye.
Bye.